I wish it was Christmas today. I wish it was Christmas today. Every day's a Christmas day. Top 5 things, come what may. Reviews, movies, and festive cheer. Join the fun, Christmas is here. It's Christmas every day.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to Christmas Every Day. This is the podcast that keeps the spirit of Christmas alive all year long. My name is Troy, and I am your host. Welcome. If this is your first time checking in with us, we really appreciate that. We do this all year long. We do not stop after Christmas. We keep going all year, so please keep checking in with us through Christmas and beyond. So this is the first regular episode that we've done in a couple of weeks. The Christmas season kind of caught up with me, and I've been struggling to keep up with everything, so I've been kind of behind on some things. So our regular Friday episodes have been, kind of put on the back burner, but we've still been able to do the daily advent calendar and the nice list. And speaking of the nice list, please check it out. It's going to be coming out Tuesday this week instead of Monday. We're going to have some really, really special guests on the nice list coming out on Tuesday. But for this week, we're back again today with a very, very special guest. My brother Jeff is back with us again today. We're super excited to have him back. Now, if you didn't get to hear the episode a few weeks back where Jeff joined us for the first time, that first came out on November 21st. So if you've got a couple of minutes, go back and check that one out from November 21st. So Jeff, how's everything going today?
Troy, things are going great down here. Thank you for having me. And hey, it's just a couple of days before Christmas. Everybody's getting excited.
Well, for the people who are getting excited, that's great. I'm getting anxiety because I haven't quite wrapped up all of my shopping yet. And, I'm like a terrible procrastinator and last minute Christmas shopper. And the whole thing's just stupid and I do it every year. But yeah, I've got a healthy case of Christmas anxiety going on right now.
Yeah, we get that a little bit. We just have some loose ends that we need to wrap up. But I think for the most part, we've finished with shopping, and it's going to be a lot of cooking and things from here on out. But yeah, just a few loose ends.
Sure. Well, we had some family in town yesterday, and my wife's brother's in town. He's going to be in town through the holiday, and so it's going to be a lot of we're going here and a lot of we're going there, and just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I've still got a bunch of stuff left to do that I haven't got done yet. So. Yeah, it's coming down to it, and it has really, really snuck up on me way quicker than I thought it was going to. So
it's funny how that does that because you have months to plan for it, and then all of a sudden it's 3 or 4 days before, and you're like, man, can I get another week?
Exactly.
We start this.
You're like, where did this time go, man? Good God. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, let's give everybody a little reminder. Where do you live? What's Christmas looking like where you are? So on.
Yeah, so once again, we live down in South Florida, down in Cape Coral, Florida. We've been down here for almost 10 years, moved here from Tennessee up where Troy is, and been out there for about 10 years, really like it. I've got to say, it's about 85 degrees today.
Oh, my God.
And so I really can't, I'm kind of liking this because it's short weather, and once we're done here, I'm going to be riding my motorcycle out. So I'm not going to complain about that, but once again, it's too green down here. It's too tropical, to kind of feel like Christmas or anything. So I think my wife and I are going to go out tonight and look at lights and things like that, and just kind of get into it a little bit more. And then we'll see how it goes on Christmas Day. But I can already tell it's going to be warm and sunny and palm trees. And yeah. I don't know about this.
It's going to be like that in Tennessee too, except maybe not 85, but it's going to be about 65 on Christmas Day. And I'm not down with it. I'm just not down for it. But anyway, thanks again for coming on today. Really appreciate you having you. I had a super great time the last time we did this, and I've got a feeling we're gonna need to do a bunch more episodes coming up in the future.
Absolutely.
So last time you were here, we did a little Christmas Q&A, and I had a super good time doing that. I figured we could do that again. So I've tasked you with coming up with about 5 questions or so, and I've come up with several for you. Let's do a little bit of Christmas Q&A today, and then if I'm not mistaken, you've picked out a very, very cool Christmas Carol of the Week for us. So let's get started on that, man. Why don't you just fire off Q&A question number 1 for me.
Okay, so we had to work hard on these. And so question number 1 is, if Santa hired you as an elf, what would your job be?
Oh man, would a sarcastic QA inspector be on the list of things to do? Like I could just walk around and be like, dude, that toy looks like my little grandkid that hadn't even been born yet built it. Could I be like this sarcastic QA inspector?
Troy, I would not expect anything less from you. So yeah, if you want, hey, you know what? Just put the money in the bank.
Yeah,
whatever. You can be the sarcastic Christmas inspector. That's fine with me.
I think I would be good at that. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to be like cynical all the time. I think working at the North Pole would be like pretty awesome. So I could also be like the super optimistic and complimentary, like cookie taster or whatever. I think I'd be good being the cookie taster. I think I would enjoy that a lot.
Well, everything's going to need work though. Hey, this is great, but
oh sure,
work on a little bit more so I can keep coming back.
There would be some constructive criticism going on for sure, but yeah, for the most part, I'd just be like sampling cookies and like getting fat, and I think it would be kind of cool.
There's no better way to live, Troy.
Oh my gosh, I think we got it all figured out. We got life figured out. Awesome. Hey, good question, man. That's a good one. All right, so we're going to get to my first question, which is, when is it officially acceptable to start celebrating Christmas?
Okay, I kind of feel like that's a loaded question since we're on the Christmas Everyday podcast. So I don't want to paint myself in a corner here.
I celebrate Christmas every day. Everybody else doesn't have to. Everybody else can be wrong if they want to be. But but from your perspective, when is it acceptable to start celebrating Christmas?
Well, my perspective used to be, just right after Halloween.
Sure.
But then, I got married and we know about my wife. And
she's a Scrooge.
She's a little bit of a Scrooge. So we kind of knocked that back to after Thanksgiving. So right after Thanksgiving, maybe December 1st is when we get the lights out and the tree and the decorations and all that. And so we'll do that about December 1st or maybe right after Thanksgiving is when we really start celebrating. Of course, you see it, all around before that.
Sure.
But that's when we really get into it. And you don't want to wear it out, but you still want to, celebrate that as much as you can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. That's fine. And you know what? I don't keep the decorations out all year. We put the tree back up and everything. Although I did get the Govee permanent lights to put out on the house outside, and they will remain Christmassy all year long, and I'll have them lit up just about every night. But I don't keep the decorations up all night, but I do celebrate Christmas all year long, and listen to some Christmas music. I'm always watching Christmas movies, so all year is fine for me. But hey, not everybody does that, and that's fine.
Well, it's like I said in the episode before, it's so hot down here. That's one of the things you just don't think about is Christmas in the middle of, July or August or something like that. So it's right. Once it starts cooling down a little bit is when we start rolling into the holidays.
Okay. Oh, very cool. All right. Let's go with question number 2 here from my brother, Jeff.
Okay. Question number 2. Would you rather wrap 100 presents? And we know about your present wrapping skills.
Oh, man.
Would you rather wrap 100 presents or untangle 100 strings of lights?
Oh, wow. Okay, who gave you that one? Because that's like evil genius type questioning right now.
That would have been Microsoft Copilot.
Okay. No, that's good. We got a little computer assistance here. Okay, so wrapping 100 presents or untangling 100 strands of lights. Oh, my God. Neither one of those is a good option, but if I had to pick, I'd have to go with the lights. I think I would have to go with the lights. It sounds,
I think I would too.
Like totally. Oh, wow. That's it. I don't know that there's a lesser of two evil between those, but I think I would have to go unraveling Christmas lights because I just don't do the presents very well. I
think maybe if you're dropping 100 presents into 100 bags, that might be different. But if you're wrapping, that's a totally different story.
Well, the word in the sentence was wrapping. Would I rather wrap 100 presents? So, I mean, if we're sticking with the words there, then yeah, I think I'd have to go with the lights for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Gosh, man, why did you want to do that to me on a Sunday? Good grief. I might have nightmares tonight just thinking about either one of those scenarios.
Troy, this is just what the internet gave me. Okay.
I understand. Well, the internet, we're not friends today. All right. No, that's a good question. That's a phenomenal question. I couldn't have come up with that one. All right. So we're going to go with my number 2. What is one Christmas movie that you'll watch every year, no matter what?
I think there are a couple. We start with Charlie Brown's Christmas. I think that's one we watch every year.
Okay.
That's not really a movie. It's a I guess just a short cartoon, but that's always on number 1 on the list. And then we'll move over to probably It's a Wonderful Life. And then you've got Christmas Story and Christmas Vacation, those kinds of things, the traditional ones. And then you have I guess it's the 51 Christmas Carol.
51.
51, yeah. And so we'll watch that one too. And that's the extent of that, unless we see, something cool on streaming or something like that. There have been some, goofy Christmas movies come out lately, and I tend to stay away from those.
Yes. Okay. No, I mean, that's some good answers. I think I would probably agree with basically all of those. I'm actually watching A Christmas Story right now, and that would probably be on my list too. Basically, no matter what, I think I would throw in Christmas with the Cranks as well, even though I've got a lot of issues with that movie. That actually made it onto one of the naughty list episodes that movie did. And I've got a lot of issues with that movie, but yet I still watch it basically every year, no matter what. So yeah, that's kind of weird, but no, I mean, you've got some good ones in there. Those are phenomenal answers. Absolutely.
It's the standards that people watch every year. And
sure.
We just, we watch them once a year, and then we'll put them up again until next year. And then you got the Rankin Bass, Rudolph and Frosty and all that stuff. So
Nice. All right. Well, that was my number 2. What do we have for number 3 from my brother Jeff?
Number 3. So discounting this year, because I know it's been a wild ride for you guys. What's the biggest struggle that you face during the holiday season?
I'll tell you what it is. And
now don't get too personal, Troy. Okay.
I'm not. My biggest struggle during the holiday season, there's 2 of them. So number 1, like I've mentioned before, I'm a huge procrastinator. And so I'm always scrambling at the last minute to get all the shopping done and to get everything done that I need to do. And, if we have to be somewhere at a certain time on a certain day, I'm like struggling at the last minute to get the food ready. And I'm always rushed, and it's totally my fault because, like I said, I'm a huge procrastinator. But that's probably my biggest struggle, is putting myself in stressful situations because I don't manage my time better than what I do. The other one would be like second biggest struggle would be actually Christmas Day. Like there's a finality to it that I really don't like. You get through the presents and you eat a little bit of food and it's just like over. And like this season that lasted, at least for me, like 2 or 3 months, like pretty hardcore, is just done. You're just done with the whole thing. And that kind of finality is something that I kind of struggle with.
Well, and that's the thing about it too, is I don't know how it is at where it is where you work, but at my job, we go through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and we don't have another holiday until like May or June or something like that, where it's just, you're just there every day and there's nothing really to look forward to for almost 5 months, Yeah,
like it's basically, because I'm in the hotel business, we don't get off for like Martin Luther King Day or anything like that. After New Year's, we're basically there till like Labor Day.
That's right. Exactly.
So
you're exactly right.
No, I'm with you on that one. Absolutely. All right. So wait, whose turn is it?
I think it's your turn for number 3.
Okay, good. I'm a terrible host. I can't remember anything. So my number 3 to you is, would you rather host Christmas or travel for Christmas?
This one is a no-brainer, but it kind of lines up with my number 4 for you, which I don't know if I'll get the chance to tell that today, but I would rather travel. We have hosted the last couple of Christmases here. I'm wanting to say the last 5 or 6 since we were at least up there to see you guys.
Sure.
It's been probably at least 5 years since we have been able to leave the area. My wife has a lot of family down here. Now they've moved down to Florida over the years, and so we tend to host more because they don't travel that much and things like that. So we tend to host a little bit more. I would rather travel, like we talked about the last episode, and get up and see some snow and do some winter things and things like that.
Sure.
It just doesn't seem to work out that way sometimes. But I think I would at least maybe every other year I would rather travel.
Right. Okay. No, I'm with you on that one. And it's been, wow, I don't know how long it's been since we actually traveled on Christmas. It's been, I don't know if it's been within the last 10 years that we've traveled actually on Christmas. So yeah, right. I think we're due a Christmas out of town at some point. So maybe next year, maybe we'd like to get down to where you guys are, or somewhere. Maybe we could all meet up or something. But yeah, I think getting out of town for Christmas.
We've been talking about that for a couple of years. It just hadn't happened yet. So
I know.
We'll have to make that happen, Troy.
Life sucks every once in a while.
All
right, Jeff, let's go to number 4.
Okay, number 4 is, what is one, quote, never again, unquote, holiday story that you have? Do I need to repeat that, Troy?
No, I'm thinking about it. I don't know that I have a never again holiday story. No, actually,
you never had just one experience that was so bad you're like, we're never doing this again.
Actually, yeah, I do. I volunteered to make cheese balls for like 3 different holiday get-togethers that we were going to, and I make a phenomenal cheese ball. I don't know if anybody ever told you this. It's pretty common knowledge around the world, but I make a very, very, very good cheese ball.
A cheese ball? Is that the one rolled in the nuts and everything like that?
No. There's no nuts. No nuts. Basically, I take a bunch of cream cheese and I put different ingredients in it, but it's ranch flavored. It's got some cheese in it. It's got some bacon on the top of it. It's a phenomenal cheese ball. There's no nuts in my cheese ball.
Now, Troy, where have you been? Because I have never in our whole life received one of these cheese balls, and I would love to have one. Where is mine?
Look, you moved to Florida. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, yes, so I make a very, very mean cheese ball, and I committed to making cheese balls for like 3 different holiday parties that we were going to. So, cream cheese, it's not exactly all that creamy, and it's kind of tough, and and trying to stir it with a spoon is just an awful, awful experience just to make one of them, because you got to use 2 blocks of cream cheese just to make one cheese ball. And so making 3 of those and trying to, whip it all up and stir it. Oh, I mean, I was hurting like forever. So yeah, never again will I offer to make cheese balls for 3 different parties, because it took me like 3 hours to do it. And then I look like Popeye on my one arm, after I got done stirring it up, and, I got this big forearm on the one side, and it just looked bad. But yeah, I'm not ever gonna volunteer to do that again. Never again will I ever do that.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I'm gonna interject on mine real quick, because I do have a never again also.
Let's hear it.
About 5 years, it's 4 years ago. The last time we decided to travel, we went up to the Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge area for the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Nice.
And, well, no, it wasn't nice, Troy, because there were there's only 7 billion people in the world, and 6 billion of those people were in Gatlinburg during that week. And so, it was just horrible. It took us forever to just find parking. You couldn't hardly get near the city. Oh, yeah. There were people walking in the streets because the sidewalks were so crowded with people, and it was just a nut house. And so, we kind of had that, oh man, we're never doing this again. We'll go in the spring or something like that, but never again after Christmas.
Man, Gatlinburg around Christmas time is no joke. It's no joke. See, the secret is, though, you've got to go during the week. You can't be there on the weekend. The weekend, right, you're going to be just shoulder to shoulder with everybody. If you're there on a Tuesday, man, you got smooth sailing the whole week.
Oh, so no, we were there for a week or so, and every day was like that, though. Just for that 1 week, because everybody's off of work. So
sure,
it was terrible.
That does sound terrible.
Never
I hate
again,
to hear
Troy.
that. Never again. All right. So number 4, are you more excited about Christmas morning or Christmas Eve?
That seems to change from year to year. We don't have we don't really have a set schedule on when we open presents or, when we do whatever. And like we said, the last couple of years, we've hosted Christmas at our house and people just show up when they get here.
Sure.
So it's typically Christmas evening, something like that. We'll have dinner, some, finger foods or whatever like that. And then we'll have dinner and then we'll open the Christmas presents in the evening or something like that. So it's usually Christmas evening because we're cleaning the house on Christmas morning, getting ready for everybody to come over. So that's not a really big deal.
Sure.
Probably Christmas evening, I would say, is when everybody really gets together.
Okay. No, good deal. All right. Dude, how are we already at number 5 already?
Well, we're talking fast.
You're talking fast. I'm talking fast. Okay. Well, let's get to number 5 then, and then we've got a banger of a Christmas Carol of the week.
Okay, Troy. So let's stay on this introspective track that we're on right now. Okay. What is one thing you would like to accomplish before next Christmas? You got a whole year.
What I would like to accomplish before next Christmas is I would like to take a personal inventory of all of our Christmas decorations and just declutter them all. And I think we're good on all of our ornaments and everything, but we've got like a bunch of like exterior stuff that we never put out. We've got a bunch of interior stuff that we never put out. And I'd like to declutter all that stuff. And I would also like to work a little bit harder on getting my Christmas shopping done before the last minute next year. Something I would like to accomplish before next year is getting the shopping done, maybe by like Thanksgiving, just like have the whole thing wrapped up by Thanksgiving. It doesn't seem all that feasible, but you know what? If I put my mind to it, maybe I can do it.
Okay, Troy, I thought you were going to talk about, maybe I want to get in shape. Maybe I want to, read a little bit more and learn some more things about some more stuff. No, we're going to put the Christmas decorations in order.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, okay. I don't want to get in.
All right.
I don't
care. Fair enough.
It's not time for New Year's resolutions yet.
I gotcha. We're still a week away from that. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we're still a week and a half away from that. So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to declutter on the Christmas and work harder on getting my shopping done a little bit quicker.
There you go.
All right, that's where we are. So number 5 for me, real tree or fake tree?
Oh, we always get a real tree.
Nice.
We haven't reached the point where we're quite ready to be done with the real tree yet. Mm-hmm. Maybe if we ever sell our house and downsize or anything like that, we may go with a fake tree. But there's just something about it. Although real trees down here are very expensive because they don't grow them down here. They have to ship them in from Michigan or North Carolina or wherever. But
okay.
They're fairly expensive, but we still like to have one up every year. And for the foreseeable future, I don't see us changing that.
Yeah. Okay. No, good deal. I mean, that's phenomenal. I want to do a real tree, and I had said earlier this year that I wanted to do one. I was going to do one, and of course, I haven't wound up doing anything that I said I was going to do this year. And I'm just a big fat loser, and maybe next year I can do it. I don't know.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, I really do like ours. It's a little bit more of a hassle. You got to keep it watered and all that stuff, and our trees dry out fairly quickly with it being in Florida and so warm. So
right.
They're not made for this kind of weather. They're not made to stay up too long.
Okay. Well, that's the Christmas Q&A. Great questions, dude. I appreciate you coming on and doing that with me. Now, it looks like you have a Christmas Carol of the Week picked out for us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this one?
Okay, so Troy, I'm not a huge jazz fan. I'm not a huge fan of jazz music until the holidays roll around, and then I can't stop listening to Christmas jazz for some reason. And on Spotify, they have a playlist. I think it's called Christmas Cocktail Jazz. And I really started listening to that quite a bit more. It's just really light, really easy to, you can just have it on in the background while you're playing. And I found a version of The Holly and the Ivy done by a group called Flatland Park. And I think it's the only Christmas song that they have out, at least on the album. That's the only song that shows up.
Okay.
But I really like it. It's just light. It's real easy going, not very long. And like I said, I'm not a big jazz fan, but I can listen to this kind of stuff all day. It's just real easy going.
Well, we're not just going to take your word for it. We're going to check this out for a minute. So let's take a listen to The Holly and the Ivy by Flatland Park. Okay, that's really nice, man. I love the jazzy music, the jazzy Christmas music with the brushes on the guy playing the brushes. Yeah, I say it every time, but I really, really love that stuff. It just sounds so good. And no, good call on that Christmas Carol of the Week, man. I really like that one.
Thanks. It's really just good stuff to have, whether playing in the background or in your headphones or whatever. You know, it's just really good to have. It's just relaxing, you know.
Super relaxing. And I'm kind of like you. I don't really listen to jazz a whole lot. But around the holidays, and, you know, probably it's the Charlie Brown Christmas music that kind of puts me in that, or stuff like this reminds me of the Charlie Brown Christmas music. And right. So I think that's probably why I tolerate jazz a lot better around the Christmas holidays. Well, especially if it's like Christmassy jazz too. But, you know, I think it's because of Charlie Brown.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's what's introduced us to introduced us all to that kind of music right there. It was the soundtrack to that movie.
Well, that's just phenomenal. All right, man, we have wrapped it up. So this is the last regular episode that we're going to do before Christmas. And then after Christmas, I don't know if this Friday is going to be the day or if it's going to be next Friday, but going forward, every Friday from now on, we're going to be putting out our regular episodes. There may be a new format going on. I'm not really sure. I'm working with a couple of things, but Jeff, absolutely going to have you back, man. It's been great having you on today, and we're going to get this one uploaded, and anytime you want to come back, man, I'd love to have you.
Troy, thank you so much again for having me. I've had a great time doing this. Can't wait to see you guys again, and I'm sure I'll talk to you before then, but just really hope y'all have a Merry Christmas, and give my love to everybody.
I'm going to do it. You guys have a Merry Christmas too. From everybody here at Christmas Every Day, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And we're still doing reaction videos. If you want to send us a reaction video recommendation for something that's, you know, kind of new, it'll definitely be new to me. Send those to ChristmasEverydayShow@gmail.com and we'll check it out. All right, we're out of here. Merry Christmas, everybody, and we'll catch y'all later.